Hey everybody, this is Bradley Benner with Semantic Mastery. Today is February 13th, 2023. I got a special guest on again, Damon Nelson. He really needs no introduction. You guys all know Damon. Damon's been a friend of Semantic Mastery for quite some time. Solid products. Every time he's got something that he brings to me, I always want to bring it to you guys because they're solid. What he brought to me today, he sent me a webinar, I guess, preview of about 2 weeks ago that Daryl Osborne from Entity Elevation had a hand in helping direct the development of this. And I watched the webinar that you sent me, Damon, on like 1.5 speed. And I only watched about 25, 30 minutes of it. And that was all I needed to see. I was like, yep, that's perfect. That'll fit our audience just fine. And so, guys, I have not tested this product, but I know Damon's products are solid for sure. And I know that if Daryl Osborne endorses it and had a hand in helping to direct the development of it, it's a solid product for sure. So without further ado, Damon, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited about this. In fact, it's funny whenever we first started talking with Daryl, he said, you know, this would be good with IFTT networks. And he said, have you talked to Bradley about it yet? I said, no, but I will.
That's good. Yeah, everything that he teaches jives very, it lines perfectly with the stuff that we've been teaching at Semantic Mastery for years. And Daryl's a sharp dude. Him and Entity Elevation, he's got great training. It's fire training. There's no question. So when I saw everything, I was like, man, Daryl, when I saw the local pages that you're going to show everybody today and demonstrate, I saw that being a perfect like embeddable opportunity for ID pages. And what we teach at Semantic Mastery is an ID page is like an entity hub, and it's incredibly powerful when done right. And I could see injecting these local pages. We used to do something similar with Rank Feeder, but that was not customizable like what you've got. It was very kind of plain text based. What you've got is a lot more advanced, in my opinion. So, and I think it's going to be just a really good addition to our processes. So with that, man, I want to turn it over to you. I'm just going to lurk in the background and kind of chime in when I feel it's appropriate, if that's all right with you.
That's cool with me. Normally I got Wayne in the background answering questions, but I think you probably know everything we're going to be teaching.
Probably most of it, yeah.
Yep. So guys, I'm going to share my screen with you. I got about a 5-minute, kind of 30,000 foot level, kind of puts you in the frame of mind of what we're doing. And I'm going to hop on the share screen. Bradley, can you enable me to share a screen?
Sure. I think I need to make you the host. Is that right? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to go ahead and do it. So don't kick me out.
Okay. Okay. Everybody should see this right here.
Looks good on my side.
Okay, perfect. So this is the future of local citation pages. They've been called several different things: information hubs, local pages, citation link pages, authority pages. But really what it is, it's a grouping of links that are from experts, .orgs, .wikis, .govs, or any of the newspapers, and your own links. And you mix them in together so somebody looking at it couldn't even tell which one's which. But it's a great place to put information. And it's even better if it can be updated frequently. And that's where RSSMasher comes in, is we've figured out a way to update your local pages so it has a freshness content to it that Google loves, Google Sites love it. And it's easy to do with a set it and forget it system. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So this is the future of locals. So what are they? And I mentioned that they're information hubs, but they're a standalone web page that you can do something with. It's for local marketers, SEO agencies, but they're a static URL link that gets refreshed. So you don't have to continue to change out links and put in new links. You have one page link that can be embedded, and we even give you an embed frame, but they get updated on the schedule that you choose. So this is an exclusive tool that we've kind of created with the help of Daryl and a couple others. So what we do is we transform this local citation page into an information hub that you can include what we call mashups. Now, mashups is very new to RSSMasher. You would think we would have already had that, but it is a new process. Mashups allow you to put different content on your page, either above your content or below your content, in either a helpful content, a listicle, an AI written article, or even using these lists that we're about to make this with the local pages. You can add it to your content. So it gives you the flexibility of really making some creative blog posts that Google really wants to see. Is they want helpful questions, they want helpful content with questions, with how-to articles, with citations, with links. So we're giving Google exactly what they want in a format that can be updated automatically. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can use Google Sheets with it. You can take, we have this trending YouTube video stream. So you can put trending videos that we turn into embeddable blog posts. You can do listicles and you can do AI content. Now, right now we're using Article Forge to do our AI content. We have a, this is on the roadmap, is we do have an AI writer that we're going to be integrating in with OpenAI. It's probably 3 or 4 months out, but that's also going to be included in the, when you're building a local page, because you really want content in with the links, and we give you that ability. Okay, so this is what makes up the local page. Is you got static links, meaning these are your own links or your customers' links that you want to put in there. And then you have external links, which could be from an RSS feed, can be from a Google Sheet, or can be from YouTube videos. Then we do mashups, and we have a special way of doing mashups that we can spin the content as well as randomize it for you. And then the freshness scheduling. We give you the ability to schedule this at your convenience. Now, we put this in there because Google, when they index sites, if you're a Google News site, they have stated in some of their white papers that they will index a Google News site every 7 days. I've heard that it's down to every 3 days they'll index a site if you request it. So keep that in mind, is how fresh do you want the schedule? You don't want it to be randomly rotating every 2 hours whenever Google's not going to see the content, the freshness content. So we let you choose. Okay, so these are the things we'll talk about today. So how does RSSMasher make it better? Well, we automatically freshen it based on your schedule. You put 1 day up to, I think, 30-day freshness. You may be able to go longer, and we've been working on that a little bit. But you put that directly into the page builder, and it's a set it and forget it. You never have to change it. Okay. We also do these content mashups that I talked about, where you can put helpful content, AI articles, listicles, and we got some other proprietary content that we're going to be adding down the road. Okay. We make this as a standalone page, and we also give you the embed link. So you already have it available to place it just about anywhere inside of your IFTTT networks, inside Google Sites. In fact, Google Sites is so good that you can take the standalone page, paste it in as an embed, and it will automatically iframe it for you. So you don't even need an iframe embed with it. And several other content sites are doing that now. So in addition to building the citation page, we have given you 2 different websites that you can post them to, or you can create your own custom domain. Now, this is, if you've got, in fact, I found one on the name stagger the other day called newsscroller.com. Somebody had dropped it. And I'm like, hey, this is a great name to do all these content that I'm going to constantly be updating. So you can put your own custom domain in there, okay? The reason we give you domains is so you don't have to do any extra work, but we also silo your content away from everybody else's. So if somebody has some bad feeds, it's not going to affect your content under our shared website. And I'll show you as we go through this. So let's see how they're created. I'm going to bring over a new screen here. Okay. If you haven't seen RSSMasher before, in fact, I'm looking on the participants, I think half of you are RSSMasher customers. This is RSSMasher, and you're going to be working inside of Manage Mashes today. So I'm going to just bring that up. And this is a table grid, and you could set how many show up on the table grid, but I'm going to do one. I'm going to show you my bookkeeping services in McKinney. Okay. So here's one. I'm actually building a website for my wife, and she's getting into bookkeeping, and she's learning how to be an entrepreneur, and the website's kind of been left up to me. So I'm building a blog first. That's what I do when I start on web designs. I build them a blog and get SEO traffic, get organic posting going on. So let me show you what a local site actually looks like. I'm going to click on the link right here. Now, this is the standalone site. We have two domain names, Topic Gate and Trusted List. And if you we have a method that if you double your local pages, you get actually two more that you can use. So here's Topic Gate. That 3 right there indicates that's my folder setup. So I also have a niche, careers, and then accounting, and then the MASH ID, and then the actual title in there. So this is a standalone page. You can use this to link anywhere you want. Okay. Now you get a description box, you get a title box, and this is the only outbound link. This is the subscribe via RSS. All these, they're outbound links, but they're all within the list. Okay. So we bring over the thumbnail, and you can use it, or you can just completely leave it off if you want. So in here, we have static links and we have external links, and you can't really tell which ones are the experts and which ones are from my wife's bookkeeping site. So I'm just going to scroll over. Here's the title, and here's the short description. Now you can set how long you want this short description. You want it 80 characters, 160 characters, you get to determine that in your settings. So I'm just going to kind of go over this, and as I click on it, it's going to take you, this is actually a blog post in my wife's bookkeeping site. Real nice blog post. I created, I think, in Surfer or ScaleNut or one of them, and then we kind of massage the data and get the right pictures in there. So it looks really good. Okay. And as I scroll over here, then this is from an RSS feed. Somebody completely different. This is in one of our RSS feeds that we have inside of bookkeeping or inside of accounting. Okay. So let's go back and let's look at that page again. And you get down here, I think we have 30 in there, and then we added helpful content. So I have a helpful content brief about bookkeeping and accounting. So here's some frequently asked questions. When Google is looking at your page, they're looking at these citation links, and they're looking at, are they answering questions that customers have in their mind? Is bookkeeping a side hustle? How do I find an excellent bookkeeper? We also have good page schema in here. So if you're using helpful content, we're going to H2 the title, and then we're going to H3 the actual questions. And
Google loves question and answer content.
Yep. And what we do with our frequently asked questions. So if I create a brief, and let's say I've got 30 questions in there. When I bring it through RSSMasher, I'm going to set a variable. I'm going to say I want anywhere from 3 questions to maybe 10 questions. So every time it builds this page, it's going to look at my rules and say, okay, 3 to 10. And it's going to randomly choose that number. And let's say it chooses 8 for this page build. Then it's going to shuffle those questions around, so they're not in the same sequence order. So it's never going to show 30. It's always going to be half of whatever your total is. So every time it builds this local page, you're getting fresh content down here. So Google, when it scans back on your page, they go, hey, he's answering more questions. Oh, and these are even different questions. Okay. Then we have statistics. Google loves statistics. People love reading statistics about the questions in their mind. External links. This is part of the helpful content brief, and then a how-to article. And then we even give you the ability to put a map in there. Okay. So what this is here, this local brief page, it includes a helpful content mash on it. Okay. So let's look at a couple more. And I'm just going to go in over here. So I have one for bookkeeping or bookkeeping in McKinney. Then I can clone it. There is one here for Fairview, Texas. McKinney, let's come up here. I think we got bookkeeping services in Dallas. So what I did, I just cloned it. And now I have one that is set up for Dallas. I changed the description slightly. Now this one has, it looks like it has an article forge, AI written article above the list of links. Okay. So nice little article. Here's a video with it. Here's the resources that we use. This is the links. And I've got, again, I've got some, if I hover over this, this is a HubSpot for venture capitalists, small biz trends. And so you can kind of see it's everything that we have in RSS feeds. And then I have my wife's site again. So it's very hard to tell which is the expert and which is my wife's site right here. Okay. So you get down to the bottom, and I think we even have frequently asked questions. So we've mashed this up, this local page, stats, how to, and a map. Okay, let's see how it's built. This is the fun part of building this. So I am going to take, let's just take a simple one here. Come down here and hit add. Okay. Now you give it a title. This title is for you. Once we get to the local, is the title that will display. So I'm just going to put in here just to keep it, it's local. I do this so I know what it is. Bradley, do you have a site that, an example site that you would want to use?
Sure. Louisville Grim Reaper Tree Services.
Okay.
Or just put Grim Reaper Tree Services or something like that. That's the brand name.
Surfaces. Yes. Grim Reaper. Did I spell it right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. And I'll put in here Louisville. Spell that right?
That's correct.
Okay. KY?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to start with this. And I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to put this. You can give it your own your own group, which is a folder. So I'm just going to put demo for right now. If I don't have one, if I want to just put like tree services, I could add it in here and hit add group. But that's all I'm going to do on this page right here. And it will update in a second here. Let's see. Wayne's updating the backup here. Usually it's just, let me do this. Okay, there it is. Nope.
Looks like it didn't take.
Yeah, it didn't take. Try this again. Local. Reaper service. And I don't think it's the comma, but I'm going to leave it out this time. Okay, update successful. Now I'm going to go straight over to the local tab. And Bradley, can you give me like just 3 links I can use for the static links?
Sure. Let me grab them and I'll put them in chat for you.
Okay, cool. Now I'm going to convert it to a local mash. Once you turn that on, it is ready to work. So I'm going to go Grim Reaper.
So I'm going to send this to you, Damon, in chat. There's number 1.
on Messenger?
It's in Zoom chat, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
And you just wanted 3 links?
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. And last one.
Okay, perfect. Now, I use AI for a lot of things here. So tree, is it a removal service or trimming?
Yeah, tree removal is fine. That's fine. Tree removal service is fine.
Removal services.
Oh, so you got 2 spinning AI integrations. That's good.
Yes. So tree removal services in Louisville, Kentucky.
Sure.
We specialize in, and then I would actually turn back on my table chat.
Yeah, let Jasper do it.
Yeah, we specialize in tree.
Have you tried ZimWriter?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I just installed that over the weekend, so still getting used to it. Don't you love technology, man?
I know. Somebody asked me the other day, is it going to replace you? And I said, no, it makes me faster.
That's right.
Okay. I've got Grammarly attached. So I just have a basic description. Now, if I wanted to, I could spin this. But you know, I'm AI guy, so I would just really rewrite it with AI if I wanted to. But this is what's going to go on your page. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to spin it with Spin Rewriter. It's a little bit quicker. This is not the quality that you would get with Word AI, but just so where you see what it looks like. Okay, so it goes in and does all the spin text with it. So every time it creates this page, it will give you a different version in the description box, this part right here. You can spin the title if you wanted to. The Grim Reaper Tree Services. And maybe I put in here services, removal, services, and maybe trimming. We'll close it. Okay, so we're going to look at this in just a second here. Careers. We have a set of niches and categories that we have been using with booster pages. It's the exact same set so that we can kind of match them up down the road when you want to booster page it, AI indexer, whatever we're going to be doing with it. And I think
it's in remodeling. Tree trimming. Yep.
I think this is one you actually requested.
Probably.
Remodeling.
It's one I use a lot for sure.
Tree trimming. Okay. Now, these are tags. Let me show you where the tags go in here. You can go all the way to the bottom. The tags go right here. They're not outbound links. We didn't want any leakage outside of what's in the link citations that we have or inside the questions that we have. Okay. So I'll put these in there just to have something in there. Come back up here to, actually, I'll just do tree. We'll just write it in here. Tree trimming, tree removal, and maybe stump grinding.
You sound like you know this industry. It's not that complicated. So
I've done a local SEO for a guy here. So it makes sense. Okay. Now we have templates. What templates are is this is how it looks. So we got a full width template where everything is top to bottom with the tags and categories all down here. If you wanted to, you can have sidebar where the tags are on the right, but it does leave a lot of white space. To me, it's wasted space. But we put that in. Daryl requested it that way. Then we also have one that has nothing else except for a grid and the citations. Now, keep in mind, we'll use this for something else in just a minute. Okay. I'm going to do local template. And I'm going to put your links at the top of the list. How many externals? Let's do 10 just to make it load faster. And you can turn on all images on, so the thumbnails will show up for everybody, or you can do it, just do it for your statics. So, you know, with your images, it might get more clicks than somebody that doesn't have an image, okay? Or you can just do the externals if you want. So I'm going to do all images on. Max description length, let's go ahead and do 160. That's 160 characters. Now, custom domain. If you remember, I told you, you get 2 of them, but if you double your local pages, you're going to get 4. So these are the 4: daily current, online buying, topic gate, and trusted list. And then this is mine, SEOMasher. This is my custom domain. So I'm going to do trusted list, override mash. This is your schedule. How often do you want to update it? Let's do 7 days. And if I wanted to put a map in here, I could do a geolocate, and it's going to open up where I can put lats, lawns, place name, region. Even you could even use a plus code if you wanted to, and show the Gmap. Now I'm going to skip off this for right now, but the lat and lawn, all this goes into the page schema as well as being printed out. So I'm just going to turn that off for right now. Okay, and then I'll hit update. Okay, now Bradley sent me some links I'm going to put in here.
I like you can do a CSV upload. That's nice.
Yes. And I teach a method. I show how is to take your sitemap, and there's several programs online where you can take your sitemap, upload it, and it will make it into a CSV for you that you can upload all the links automatically.
Oh, nice.
It is super slick, and it's free. That's the part I really like about it. Okay, so I've got that, and I'm going to turn off this for right now. It kind of gets in the way sometimes. And one more. Add static URLs to local. Okay, now once they're loaded in here, I'm going to get data for all the rows. What we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to scrape the title, the description, and the image URL with this one button.
I probably don't have unique images on those pages though. I think it's the same image.
It may
Maybe.
Make this. Oh, you do have images.
Okay, good.
Let's see here. I'm on my smaller screen here. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go in, and we've got this built, ready to go. I'm going to take a look at it right now. This has no external links on it. Okay. No external data. It's going to tell me that. So I'm going to come over here, and we are going to look for, I don't know if I have tree trimming RSS feeds. These are built-in RSS feeds, guys. Real easy to use, especially on the general categories. Hobbies, home improvement. Let's see. I'm going to use home improvement because that's
fine.
One.
Close enough.
Yeah. Home improvement. Okay. And then we'll drop in here. Here's some mailbox journey creeks. So I'm going to put in some Texas outdoor oases.
Can you add individual feeds too? I'm sure you can, right?
Yes.
All right. Here's one just in case you want it. I'm putting
Yep.
in chat. That's from Lawn Starter, which is a directory site for tree service, lawn care, and landscaping companies.
Okay. It's the
lawnstarter.com/blog.
okay. There we go. Yeah, you could put in as many feeds as you want in here. Well, I say that. It depends on your license level, but typically you want no more than 5 or 6 good RSS feeds in there. So that's the lawn starter. I'm going to hit add. So what we do is we're going to check them, make sure they're good feeds that we can read. Okay. So Texas Outdoor Oasis, it skipped that. I'm going to go ahead and leave this set up just like this. So we're going to pull 5 from each. And now I'm going to go back over here to local, and we're going to pull 10 external feeds to build this local page. Okay. And hit build. And preview web. Okay. Grim Reaper tree services. Oh, we're not spent. He hasn't set that up. Spin title. So I'll fix that. Let me fix that real quick. I thought we had set that up already, but we haven't. There we go. Okay, hit update. Come back over here to build. Build. Preview web. Okay. Grim Reaper tree trimming, Louisville, Kentucky. There's your description. And if you'll notice, we'd only turned on images for the static links. So I'm doing this so I can kind of show you how we're mixing them up. Okay. There's your externals. Statics were on top, externals on bottom. Okay. Here's your tags down below. And I've got this at 80% view, so that may be why they kind of look small here. Okay, so that looks really good, but I want to show you too. People go, well, is this mobile friendly? You should see everything start resizing. So it is mobile friendly. That's how it's going to look there. Okay, so we see where the statics are. And I'm going to come back over here, come into local, and let's do, we're going to scatter them. See how that looks.
So that's like randomized.
It's supposed to be. It's, okay. I say that jokingly, is I've seen them where it's one after the other. He has a certain algorithm set up on it, but it is supposed to be random. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're 3 out of 10. He has an algorithm that says, what's the best distribution? And it will be like that. Okay. So let's mix them up. This is how the power of the local right here. We could tell right then, because we know how it's built. We know which ones are the local. Okay. Or the statics, but we have a lot of other images in here. So let's see what they look like. I'm going to come in here and go display. Actually, they may not even external images. I want to see. Some of these feeds don't even have images.
Probably.
Okay. Let's fix that. I did an update and y'all are just seeing kind of how this is how you get to play with this. I'm going to hit build. I love it when they don't have images. I'll show you why. Okay, I'm going to hit preview web. Okay. So I'm going to come back over here to local, and I had just that did external on there. So again, I'm going to go all images on. I'm going to hit update. Now, if you remember, this is what it looked like. All images on, the externals didn't have any. So you get to come over here to images, grab you an image pack, or you can do Google or Pixabay in here. Okay. I'm going to do, let's do Google. Okay. I got to choose my Google account and image replacement. I'll just do first image and add a feature image to text only articles. So let's tree trimming services. I'll leave off services.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Hit update. Okay, come back over here at build. So we're using Google's images. And we do the CC free images is what we're pulling. Okay, so you can have repeats on them like you did there. And they're not the best of pictures on Google's free images. but see how it populated everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go back and I'm going to change this out. I'm going to go image packs. And come down here and go. Just for grins, I don't know if I have a tree trimming in here in my image packs, but let's see. Got one on maybe gardening. It's not anywhere close, but close enough for what we're doing. So that search keyword's going to go away because we're going to actually pull image packs, and you can put your own image packs in here.
Oh, that's nice.
The way I do it is I go into Canva, I load up Canva with tree trimming. That's exactly, and it would take me 5 minutes to do it. And then I come over here to Marketplace and I load my own image packs. And then I have a group of 50 tree trimming images that would go in there. Okay. Now I'm going to hit build. Preview web. Nice. Now I'm going to expand this just so you can get a good feel for what they kind of look like. These are Canva stock images. Okay. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, well, why do you need, I don't want stock images. People say don't use those. Guys, if you're using little thumbnails, this is clickbait. You want good stock images as clickbait, because you want, when people are looking through here, they're going to look at the image and the title, and they may read the description, maybe. But the image is what people click with, okay? Or how they view things. Now, if you'll notice, we're mixed in here. There's a tree removal, Grim Reaper. You go straight over there to it. It's perfect. So this is an information hub for tree trimming, okay? This is a standalone page. Now, if I wanted to take this to a Google site, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to preview web, and I can hit finish and activate. But before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this link, or better yet, you could just grab the link that it created and then come over here to Google site. And I'm going to create, let's just create a blank one here. So this is tree trimming. Okay. Now I'm going to put an embed as my next item right in here. And put the link in there. And I'm going to do a whole page, insert, and publish. Tree trimming. Louisville. Looks like I can do one. Okay, I'll put KY with it and hit publish. Okay, and copy that link, and we'll just go to incognito. See what it looks like. Tree trimming. There we go.
Love it.
This is how easy this thing is to build right here. Now, Google is reading all this content.
Yes, it is.
And this is a very powerful indexing tool, guys.
Yeah, because it creates co-citation. For some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Co-citation is when you commingle links alongside other relevant, preferably authoritative links, and you siphon some kind of relevance from them. And that's essentially what this is co-citation feed, but it's done well with the ability to add images, additional content. All of that is, again, we used something similar in the past, but it was all text-based. And this is definitely adds a lot more kind of flavor to it.
And down the road, we're going to be adding more templates where you could actually take these and make it kind of like our booster page, our link pin page, where you can do 3 columns or 4 columns of images with the title below it. So we're going to give you that flexibility inside of your local, just by whichever template you want to choose. Okay. Now this is an embed, and you notice I didn't have to put an embed iframe in there, but if I had to, it's really easy to do because here's the embed iframe, and you would just copy that and you could paste it anywhere you want to paste that. Okay. Now here's we create an RSS feed with it if you need it, but keep this in mind. This is 6673. Okay. We're going to use this in a few minutes. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish and activate. Now I have a page. I can see it at any time. I can link this page right here. I can put a link in any of the IFTT social networks into any social hub. You can put it into, I use it in Notion. So I'm using a lot of pages in Notion to build a database of crosslinks. And that's what I'm using. I'm using these right here as my crosslinks inside of Notion pages for some SEO backlinks. Okay. So this is your plain Jane. This is your regular local page that we build. Let's fancy this thing up though. Okay. Now I've got some helpful content briefs in here, but I'm going to come in over here. I'm going to hit edit. I told you about the mashup features. Okay. I'm going to see helpful content. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything on tree trimming, but I have gardening tips for beginners. That may be the one that we need to use. Outdoor grilling. I'm going to use gardening tips. That's as close as we're going to get right now. And this is just a demo anyway. Gardening tips for beginners. Add helpful content. Okay. I'm going to leave this at number of articles. This is the number of how-tos to put in there. I'm just going to leave it at 1. I'm more interested in the questions, the frequently asked questions. I turned it into a mashup just by doing this right here. Okay. Now let's see if I've got even an article forge in there. I've got a lot of article forge. Gardening tips. Let's see. I know this won't make sense, but I'll do outdoor kitchens. We'll add that as the AI content.
I've probably seen worse content online than that mix.
So I'm going to use this money hook. Okay. Now, we'll come back over here to local. Actually, come into money hooks. We've already got our local built. I'm going to put the article forge at the top. So what I do is I come over here and go article forge, insert token. Now it's going to put it above the list. I'll give it a line space, maybe even, I'll do a little bit of a line break there. Okay. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to maybe give it a line break there and put in frequently asked questions or helpful content. Insert token. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and hit enter, and you can actually type in here resource links provided by Grim Reaper Tree Services. And this would be a time that you would actually maybe make a link back to the site. So maybe I did that, and I'll just pull in one of your sites links, and I'm just going to insert link. Insert. Did I do the right link? Posted it twice.
Somehow you got it on the clipboard twice.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. And hit save. Okay, hit update. Now, what would you expect with this? I'm going to expect an article, the links, and then some frequently asked questions. Now we have mixed media in here, so we're going to have outdoor kitchens, tree services,
In gardening.
and gardening. things you would do at Home Depot on a Saturday. So preview web. Okay, there is our article forge. Real nice big image there. Now, when we put it into our own master sites, we resize these images, but that's a nice image there. So here is the content itself, and there is the video. Here's the links. Remember, we even did a line here. Now, you could even put in here resource links for tree trimming services. You know, use this inside your Money Hub. There's all your links right there. Frequently asked questions, statistics, external links, how-tos. Okay, resource links provided by Grim Reaper Tree Services. You click on that, it takes you over to the tree removal service. Okay, so we've built a mashup around this. Now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to rebuild this, see if I can get a different article forge in a different set of questions. And when we do that, we're also pulling the RSS feeds at the same time and getting you different content. We're still using the image inserts in there. And let's hit preview web. The advantages of a modular barbecue island. Okay, guess you got to cut some trees down to make your barbecue island there. There's a video, camping A to Z. I don't know how that came in there. Again, here's the citation links. Frequently asked questions. We had 3 last time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 questions, different stats. We're rotating those, external links, and a how-to grow a plant in a small space. Okay. Very, very nice, very easy to use. But here's the cool thing is I'm going to take this. In fact, I'll copy it. I think I've already got it in here. Okay. Remember this. Let's come in and update this. And I'm going to grab the link, copy link. I think it should already be updating, but let's see if it has that new stuff in there. Grim Reaper, advantage of a modular barbecue island. So what we've done is we've forced Google Sites to update their own site, because we have a freshness content in there, and that Google site's going to get updated. So Google is tracking its own Google Sites, and if it has fresh content in the in the embed of the iframes, it's going to take note of it. There's the frequently asked questions. So this is a pretty powerful little tool. I say little tool. I'm using it a lot already, and some of our indexing tools are going to be built based on this because of what Google Sites will do.
The AI indexer will integrate with this too, huh? Of course it will.
Yeah,
of course it will.
Kind of the reason that we have delayed AI indexer is this right here.
Gotcha.
Now, with the AI indexer, our intent is, whenever you see this here, is we're going to be using artificial intelligence. We're going to be using OpenAI to give us a freshness about across what the link is about. So we'll have a couple sentences written by AI on each of the trusted links that we put in there. So it's going to be a uniquely different thing, but it is built on the same principle, is that we are using these local pages with the citation links, and we'll put in AI content above, helpful content below, and then drop in the links that people give to us on the AI indexer right in here.
Fitz,
Very, very powerful.
in the question box, Fitz has a really good question. He says, can you add a form into the mashup, like a contact form?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
How you would do that is over here to your hooks, and you can put in an iframe.
I got you. Okay.
So like MailChimp will give you an iframe for a lead gen.
Mm-hmm. High level will give you an iframe for
high level
surveys or forms. Yeah.
Yep. Anything that you want to put in here, just do it inside of the link, and then it would show up right in here. That's a good question. Is why not have a lead gen right there? Is or even a phone call to action, anything that you want to put in there. This is completely up to you how you want to modify it.
I can see, guys, and those of you that are familiar with Semantic Mastery's content mirroring method, G sites is the last layer of that mirroring method. And the more recent version that is available in our mastermind is Cloud Pages is the second to last layer. These master local pages could be integrated into either one of those layers. And that's dynamic content that's updated automatically without you having to touch a damn thing that's relevant to get the bots coming back to the Cloud Pages and or the G site to recrawl them. So I could see just doing a local page embed alongside the content mirroring embeds, which is just embedding the previous layers of the earlier layers of the mirroring method. So I can see this being a great way to keep the bots coming back to those layered properties in the mirroring stack, essentially. So I can't wait to get in here and play with this, Damon.
Well, I have fun. And now I want to give you something that I had one of our customers ask this. He said, Damon, I got a lot of feeds coming in. And he said, I don't want to come back in and change my statics all the time. And we thought about it a little bit. Well, why not put your expert links as statics? So you have now your orgs, your wikis, your static links that you would refer, maybe there's 10 or 20 different links about tree trimming, how-tos, videos, stuff like that you would put in as your statics. And then you run your RSS feeds, your own sites in as the external links. So you're reversing the order. And then this number tells, okay, I want to put 30 external links in there. So you can, with your own RSS feeds, you can have it changing all the time and leave your expert links in there. Just an idea. It's very easy to use like that. Okay, now I want to show you a couple other things before we go back. And I'm going to go ahead and go over to build. When you're done, you need to finish and activate, because if it's not activated, it won't work. You can preview it, but it won't work. Okay, so it's active, it's bold. Now, Brad, is there another city that you service besides Louisville?
Yeah. Do you need another link?
Just the name of a city.
Say Newburgh, Newburgh, Newburgh.
BU. Okay. Then what you would do is come down here to clone. And I had that one highlighted. Now I've got a clone of that. Okay. So I'm going to come up here, hit edit. And it's Newburgh.
Correct.
Let's just, okay. Take that copy off there. I'll just copy that, make it easy. Okay, so I have one for Newburgh. We hit update. I'm going to come up here to local and change that out and come down here to Louisville, change that out. Louisville anywhere else in there.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay. Then I would come in and put any Newburgh links in here. And if I wanted to, I could delete these and start over with Newburgh's, or I could leave them in and just add my Newburgh links in there. Okay, so let's pretend like we have some Newburgh's in here. I'm going to hit update. And let's go ahead and we'll put it into, let's show you what you get with a custom feed. Okay, so I'm going to do SEO Masher. This is my own feed right here. We hit update. Okay, now come over here and hit build. And preview well. Okay, so now we have a citation page for Newburgh. And you could come in and change this however you wanted. And then you would have your own links in here. You could even put different RSS feeds in here. Very easy to create multiple cities around whatever you're doing just with that clone button. Okay. Very nice to do. Now, when you clone it, we turn off the other money hooks, because we recognize you may not need the other money hooks. So you notice they're missing here. This one has the money hooks. This is the Louisville. This is the Newburgh. But I can come back in here and go, okay, let's come back into money hooks. Okay, set up. Article Forge, I just need to turn them back on. Helpful content, turn it back on. So we know you want to use it if you make a positive engagement right there. Come back over here to build. And preview web. Okay, advantage of the kitchen kits. Of course, this doesn't make sense to go with Newburgh, but there you go. For some reason, I guess I didn't get the helpful content. Okay, there we go. Build. And you could swap out helpful content at this time, or Article Forge, or whatever you want to do for your different cities. So you may have some articles specifically focused around Newburgh, things to do in Newburgh, helpful content. What I would do is, where do you find local plumbers? Where do you find, and so supplement your helpful content with localized city listings in questions. And that helps Google also understand you're focused on Newburgh, not Louisville anymore. Okay, so let's take a look at it one more time. We get our help Article Forge, we get our links, and we get our frequently asked questions and a how-to. Okay. Now, I want to show you one last thing here. Okay, I am going to go back. We'll hit finish.
I did have a question for you about one of the tabs I'm looking at, which is G Sheets. And the reason I asked that is because just last week we had the Backlink Factory guys on, and the Backlink Factory, which is all about building links with G Sheets, is something that can that integrate with this? I'm assuming yes, because I'm pretty sure Daryl uses that, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So you would set up your G Sheet, and we come over here to external content, marketplace, or I'm sorry, integrations, and you're going to set up your G Sheet, and then you can create a template G Sheet through external content. Otherwise, there's a certain parameter set that we have, like title, description, link, featured image, in there, and then we read that in on G Sheet. Now, when you do that, is image copy, current row, spin content. This is your external link. It's not a money hook going above or below, but it's going to be in same position as your website feeds or your YouTube feeds.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, the one thing I didn't show you that I just absolutely love is I'm going to come over here to YouTube search, and I'm going to turn on my Google search, and I'm going to do tree trimming. Okay. And I'll hit update. Now, what I'm going to do, so we can see them easier, I'm going to go over here to website feed, and I'm just going to put these temporarily off. Okay, so they won't show up. There we go. Okay, they're all off. And I'm going to come over here to build. Now, this takes a little bit longer because we're using proxies with our Google search, and we're going out looking for the top trending videos about tree trimming. And I'll hit preview web. We got our articles, and now how to trim trees. This is a YouTube video, another YouTube video. Here's the Louisville Grim Reaper, how to prune trees. So this is what people are looking for when they're asking the question about tree trimming. So it's not necessarily that they want to read an article, but guys, the guys that are at the top of YouTube video searches, they've got good thumbnails and they've got good titles. That's the way you rank your YouTube videos. So these are clickbaits. All this information right here can be clickable. How to trim trees, don't be how to prune a tree. And they take you straight over to YouTube.
All right, welcome to Strider Tree here.
Okay. So if you remember, there was one other thing I did with this is I put it on my own custom mash. Let's see, I thought I did.
Yeah,
So
I don't
right
think you
here,
opened that one up.
oh, that was a new one there. Okay, let's come back over here, do finish and activate. Come back to manage mashes. Now, with trusted lists, if I did this, if somebody could figure this out, and you notice it's not clickable, so they would have to come over here and go trusted list, and maybe they'll guess that it's a .com. This is an outside visitor, okay? This is not Google. They're not going to figure out, I'm sure their algorithms could eventually figure it out. But the home page for trusted lists and for topic gate and for all these others, we do a 404 redirect. And we redirect it to a page to sign up for our Geek Out Friday. We could put anything that we want in there. Now, if you remember, I did something with SEO Masher. I don't think I built one of those yet. So let's come back into, okay. I'll come back into this Newberg, and I'm going to edit, and I'm going to change the domain to my custom domain I put in there. So, a lot of people are using it right now. Don't they know we're on a webinar?
That's why they're using it right now.
I guess so. But what I'm going to show you while this is sitting here thinking, my custom domain is SEO Masher. So SEOmasher.com. So if they were able to click through and figure out, they could go to trusted list or topic gate, and it's just a redirect to a lead gen form. But SEO Masher is, I've got my own page. So you could have your own page, and let's just say you have tree trimming services Kentucky.com, and you've got all these pages built underneath. They only have one outbound link to that domain, and that would be to your top site, Tree Trimming Services Kentucky. Okay, but this is SEO Masher. So if somebody clicks the link up, this is a custom page. You can configure any way you want with a sign up page. In fact, I actually had Jasper write my privacy policy and disclaimer and a description, and then this is a RSSMasher newsletter to sign up. Just to have something there. And let's go back here. Okay. So should be able to edit. There we go. Come over here to local. And if I put in SEO Masher, I got to hit update. Okay. Now, do you want to show the contact link? Yes, especially if you want to use it as an optional lead gen form. So I'm going to show the contact link. I'm going to hit update. Come over here to build. And preview web. Okay. Now, this is the title. It's not linkable, but remember we showed the contact link. So if they copy, if they click on that, you given them an outbound link to discover who you are, if you wanted to do that. Okay. And again, I would recommend put a privacy policy, you know, satisfy Google, go to Jasper or Chat GPT and ask for a privacy policy. Okay, so that's really all there is to this local. So you can put a local page. One more thing I want to show you. Remember I told you we got mashups with everything. Well, you can take this link and make it this local page and make it a mashup to a blog post. So if you're using RSSMasher to create articles and auto blogs, why not be able to use your citation page? So I've got a couple built already. I just want to show you what they look like. Okay, so I created a local page, bushcraft tips, bottom of post here. Okay. This is what's going to go on the bottom of all my articles about bushcraft. Same here, but I did something a little bit different. I come over here to local. I just have some fake tags in there. So the template I'm using is local items only HTML grid. When you use this, this is the one that you can use as a money hook. Okay. So I hit update. I'm not going to show a contact link. Just put it back on maybe online buying and hit update. Okay. I've got this set up so it's going to update every single day. Okay. And the reason is it's a different format of where I'm posting it. Okay. So I hit update. Here's all my static links. These are actual blog posts inside of my site. Now I can add as many as I want in there. I've got 10 in there. And then I'm going to mix it with some RSS feeds. I'm going to do 10 RSS feeds to go with it. And let's look at it and see what it looks like. I think I'm actually using YouTube search. This is the one I really like, is that YouTube search. Okay. Notice this. There's nothing at the top, nothing at the bottom, kind of like a magician. Nothing below the table or above the table. Okay. So we had this little HTML grid. Now I'm going to come over here and hit finish and activate. And I make a note. This is, okay, here it was, 6616. That's the MASH ID. So I'm going to come into Bushcraft Camp. We're using Article Forge to create original articles. And I'm going to hit edit. And I'm going to come over here. Let's see, Article Forge. We got content in there and helpful content. We've got a money hook set up for it. Listicles, money hook. I'm just going to turn off the listicle. I'll leave the money hook in there. And let's come over here to, now I don't need a local because I'm going to use another local to make a mashup. So I'm going to come over here to money hooks. What was the number I said? 6616. Yep. Okay. So that's the local mash. Here's resources we recommend, and you'll see how this comes in. Then we have the listicle down below. I'm going to take that one out. We're not going to use that, and hit update. Okay. So we're taking Article Forge articles, our blog post, and we're going to build on the bottom of them. And I'll just hit build. And preview web. Okay. So here's the first article. Top 3 bushcraft tools for every outdoorsman. And actually I built a listicle with it. Okay. Frequently asked questions. So I have my article, which is in the form of basically a listicle. And now I have my frequently asked questions, stats, how-tos, resources we recommend. So I just brought in that local mash that I made to put at the bottom of this page here. So Google's going to read this not as an HTML, not as an iframe embed, but an HTML static page. Okay. So the differences here are Google's not reading it. Sometimes when it's reading iframes, it's not what I've always been told and what I've noticed is sometimes it's not always going to get indexed. Okay. If it is an HTML with static text links, that's what this is right here. These are static text links and they're in the HTML. This gets indexed. Okay. Also, they get crawled. So that's the only difference sometimes between an iframe versus HTML static links. But these are static links when you build this blog post. Okay. So it is ready to go, and I would hit finish and activate. Now I have content that I can auto schedule to my WordPress site. That's all about bushcraft tips. And let's see what it looks like inside of one of these bushcraft tips. Okay. I think this is one. Okay. Missing some tags in there. Online. Okay, this is not one of those scheduled ones. Let's see. Come over here and see what category that's in. Demo. Put them in certain categories. Actually, I'll come over here to schedule because I'll be able to see the schedule, manage schedules. Okay, that's the one, mash title. So I'm going to hit edit. I'm just going to see what category what is bushcraft? Okay, so let's come over. What is bushcraft? Okay, this should be a frequently asked questions. How do you find what is the best natural shelter? And statistics, externals, how-tos, and resources we recommend. Now, the way it looks is based on the CSS styling of this particular website.
Yeah.
But these are static links in here. And if you click on any of them, you can either go to another page in Bushcraft or you can go to one of the expert links in there. So that's what we're doing with when you turn your local page into a mashup, basically, with it. Okay. Bradley, any questions before we get back to kind of the presentation there?
No, I like it. I mean, I like how you can add in all different types of media, file types and things like that. And, you know, again, I think it could add, especially again, the method that I call the content mirroring method doesn't use any additional content, but it's like the Russian doll effect. And, you know, where you open up the doll and there's a little slightly smaller one inside and you open that up slightly. I do that with various layers where it's just the original content from the money site as that's all that is needed. But at each layer, it's just like another container that wraps around the previous container with the center point or the point of origin of the content being the money site. But I could see how now adding in like these masher pages or local pages too, because I developed it for local, that particular method. I could see how adding these in to those different layered kind of platforms would help to kind of, you know, add more relevance and just more get the bots coming and crawling, right? So it's just a way to kind of add diversity to those pages to make them index better and possibly more powerful. I'd have to test it to see, but I'm quite sure that will be more effective. So, yeah.
And I know with Daryl's group, what his biggest deal was by using RSS feeds, it forces that page to refresh.
Right.
It forces Google to
gets the bots crawl it.
Yep. So that's how he's using it. And that's why we kind of, since, you know, we know a thing or two about RSS feeds, so we just use that to kind of build all this up. And it forced us to kind of do the mashup so that you can tailor your local page. It will not look like anybody else's local page, even if you're using the same RSS feeds and the same statics, because you could put other mashup content with it. So real easy. But if you've seen what I've been doing, and I kind of want to point this out, is I did local bookkeeping, McKinney, Fairview, Allen, Frisco, Dallas, Fort Worth. I can surround that whole area with one local page for each city, or I could even break it down by zip code if I wanted. So you may need more than one local page. Okay. Sure. So just kind of an idea of here's where we're at. So I'll hop back over here to the presentation and kind of give you some ideas of what we can do with it. So you saw how it was made, and I apologize, we're kind of gone a little long here. So here's some tips and tricks. Is you can do Google site embeds. You can do blog post resource links. I showed you these two right here. You can do optimized tier 2 backlinking hubs. This is some of the stuff that you can do inside of those cloud server there. You can add it to Google News feeds. Okay. We're going to do that as a Google site with an embed in it from these local feeds. But we're also, the Google site will have regular articles that we publish to be a Google News article. So these are just some ideas. And, you know, I'm sure everybody can think of different ways that they want to use it, but just think of it. You're going to be able to mix your statics with external expert links and get freshness on the schedule that you want. And so that's as simple as I can make it, but it's easy to do. It is a set it and forget it type program.
Yeah. That's why I love booster pages, man.
So we have a special deal right now is if you don't have RSSMasher, you can join any of the levels that we have on the front end. We have a standard, a pro, and an agency. And we have the limits on there. In fact, let me bring this up. Let's see here. Show you what the page looks like. And it's really, you know, how you want to use it. But the bonus here is you get RSSMasher. I mean, it's local is a small part of what we do with RSSMasher. And let's just bring up RSSMasher.com. We'll look at the limits because this is what, oh, I don't need the login there. Okay. Turn this old video off. I'll just go down here and get access now. Okay, with the standard license, it's $27 a month. If you want to switch over to annual, then you'll only be paying $19 a month. But you get 20 active RSS matches, okay? But you get 20 active local pages. So you can build 50 or 100 and turn them on and off depending on how you want to set it up. 20, and then you got 50 here, and then you get 250 here. We have two upsells on this. One is the API Club. The API Club, if you get that, it gives you smart cropping, banner image. We use smart cropping tools. We do auto tagging and auto emojis with the API Club, but you get 2 additional websites that you can use in the local. Okay, that's API Club, and it's $19 in the funnel. But the back end OTO2 is if you want to double the number of pages that you have from 20 to 40 or 50 to 100 or 250 to 500. We have a special offer. It's $197. It's a one-time deal, but it will double your pages. So if you decide you want to start off with standard and double those pages, when you decide at some point in time, I want to go to professional or agency, it still doubles everything for you. So if you go from standard and you got double offer, it's 40, you come up here to professional. If you upgrade at some point in time, you'll still get that 20% that will be grandfathered in, that discount, and we'll double that offer for you. So you'll have 100 local pages, okay? So this is kind of everything that you get with it. You know, RSSMasher, it's a very powerful tool. And a week from tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a mastermind, and I say mastermind, it's going to be nuts to bolts, A to Z RSSMasher. I'm going to go through every single step of RSSMasher so you can become an expert, basically, with using this tool that you have, not only to build your local pages, but to build autoblogs. That's what this is designed for, is to build autoblogs with RSS feeds, with G Sheets, and with YouTube videos, as well as with Article Forge. And hopefully in the very near future, we're going to have AI from OpenAI that you can auto-populate all the way through into WordPress or Masher sites or whatever you're doing. So really, really good deal. In fact, I don't think I left the link on there long enough. Brad, do you have this link available you can drop in?
Yeah, I put it in chat. What's the coupon code? Semantic 20?
Yes, Semantic 20.
Let me put that back in. There's a few questions coming in the question box, Damon. You might want to jump on if you have that available.
Rick asked a really good question. I build non-WordPress sites. The builder I use doesn't have an API for RSSMasher to work with. How could I use RSSMasher in my situation? A couple of ways. We're eventually, I'm hoping to get integrations with Yive sites and Groove Cart, Groove blogs. Also with Shopify, we're building in Zapier integrations. That's our Q2 roadmap. Is we will do a Zap so you can pick it up in Zapier to run into your site. So that's one method. The other method that Yive site users use, and I'll just hop over here, is every one that you create. So this is a mash right here, and I use my scheduler. But this is the RSS feed right here. Now it looks like a bunch of gibberish right here, but this RSS feed can be picked up and used anywhere you want. So if your tool that you use will accept RSS feeds, you've got the links right here. So that's what Yive sites do. They will read an RSS feed and convert it into a blog post. So that's the fix we have right now. The next fix that we'll have probably in a couple months will be if you got Zapier or Make or any of these integration tools, you'll be able to connect our site up with your sites.
Is there a done for you service? That's your master sites, right?
Yeah, we've got a couple different options. Is Wayne and I got tired of building WordPress sites, and we built our own Masher sites. We host them. We have security. There's no plugins required. We do all we have everything on the back end of a Masher site. In fact, what you saw here with Bushcraft Tips, this is a Masher site. It's not a WordPress site. So this is what it looks like. And then any of these that you go into, you got your blog, you got your share this, we got ads, and we have our own ad network in here. You can see, looks really nice. The beauty about this is once you tag it into Masher site, it does everything. So it's a set it and forget it type system. Very easy to use. A lot of people that don't want to mess with WordPress, this is the solution for you. But we do have a done for you system, and I'll have to drop the links in with Bradley that you can drop them in later.
In the replay?
Yeah, in the replay. I just don't have them handy right now. Where we'll build the sites for you. You know, if you want us to do that. Building local pages, if you'll go into, if you're in RSSMasher, I bet I can show you, we have a complete, I think it's an hour-long training on how to do local sites, very detailed. If you watch that video, you watch the replay here and you still need help, if you're inside RSSMasher Tech, this is the software here. And I'll just log in. Once you're a customer and you want me to just personally walk you through like we're doing right now, I'll spend 15 minutes with you on the phone. Click here, sign up, give me a time. It's part of Calendly is how I schedule them. And I'll sit with you for 15 minutes. We'll build your first local page if that's, you know, if that's something you're interested in. And it's very easy. I mean, you saw me build Bradley's with, he was shooting me links and I'm building his page off the links there.
It's funny, Damon, I bought 10 master sites on your Black Friday special, and I've never submitted any of the details yet. So it's still sitting there collecting digital dust.
Well, and I'm going to get you busy on it pretty soon, because Masher sites are real easy to add one. You just click add, give it the description, change that. You can give it the URL and the API token. Once you do that, they're connected. And then inside of your schedule is, here's Bushcraft Tips right here. This is edit. So I'm sending to the Masher site. That's the very first one I do. Okay. And I'll show you just real quick. You select the Masher site. You select the category, the author. I just put random. First image, upload all images. And I told you I had API Club. So we smart crop, if you got the API Club, any of the featured images coming across, we will smart crop it. And our smart cropping is through Banner Bear, and it will do a face focus. So it kind of improves the image by focusing on the face itself. Okay. So I do that and I'm done with the masher. Then I have another masher site, and this is actually it looks like a booster page. It's called Quick View News. And inside Quick View News, it's what we call our link pin masher sites. So inside of that, I put travel, and I'm going to point back to that masher site. This is important. This is how it points back to build that back.
So it's a two-tiered.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So
Automated two-tiered system.
automated two-tiered.
Huh.
Then you recognize booster pages. I'm sending it to the survivalist niche, survivalist category. I'm pointing back to that masher site. I send it out to Twitter. I send it out to Blogger. So I've got 4 links right now pointing back to bushcraft tips.
Oh man, I got all kinds of ideas right now.
And I do it all from point of origination is what I say. Okay. So, and I'll show you what a link pin site, this is with masher sites, you get 4 different types of sites you can build. This is one of them, Quick View News, quickview.news.
Yeah, it's a booster pages site.
The booster page.
Yeah.
But it's your own booster page. It's only your content. And so this is what that looks like. Now, if you've never seen a booster page, I will show you what a booster page looks like. Hopefully everybody's seen some. Let's do links, not celebrity videos. Okay, this is a booster page. And see how current it is? We have a lot of customers that have booster page. So what they'll do is they'll send their links to the specific niche and category, and it matches up with everybody else's. Okay, this one is about links and celebrity videos, and I think that's, let's see what else we have. Yeah. And if I go into like Hollywood, so this is the featured post. You get 1 featured post for each post that you send over. And then we backlink this featured post with other tier 2 elements in our PBN network. But this one points back to, this goes to the site that I own, which is Gossip News. This gets a lot of hits. All it is about gossip, Hollywood gossip, that is. Okay. But everybody else has sites in here as well. Now, what we've done with our booster pages is we've gone in and put viral RSS feeds and viral YouTube trend searches in there. So in addition to what you're sending, we're sending some really high level, high volume clickbait targets in here that we're backlinking to. So it's surrounding your content with some really high quality content visually. And it is a visual posting system. So this is booster pages and this is link pin. So you can be building these link pin sites. And I have 1 link pin in my master sites that I use for everything. So you can have multiple link pins that you could cross over and use. So it's very easy to set all this up. Hopefully I've answered that question.
Yeah, I saw a couple others that came through. So let me, if it's all right with you, Damon, I'll kind of bring them to you. One of them, let me answer this one real quick. Bradley, what is the smartest use for this and IFTTT setups? Well, I can tell you how I'm thinking about using it, because again, I've not really used it yet. So I don't have the smartest use yet. It would take some testing, but I could see the local pages kind of side of things is creating like Web 2.0 networks that are specific to, that are optimized for a particular city. And then taking the content feed or the feed from the local pages and then using that to populate it. So imagine having a branded Web 2.0 about, city events or city happenings or something, whatever the city name is. And then you just kind of brand it, have all interlinked like the syndication networks are that we, typically teach anyway. And then kind of just push content from the local pages into there. If you can understand like doing that, it's almost like it's like a little it's a syndication network for local, right? That's optimized for a particular location. I could see that as being one of the ways to do it. I have to get in and play with it and test more, but I can also, like I said, as far as using it as an embed alongside the content mirroring method in each one of the layers, also the ID page, that's also a very good place to embed one of these local pages. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yep.
Question that I saw come in the comment box was, what if I stop the subscription? Will lifetime is lifetime going to be disabled? I'm sorry. What if I stop the subscription? Will the lifetime be disabled?
The double local page will be, it deactivates after 90 days.
Okay.
Because it's server costs that we have to,
Sure.
that's why we have it on a monthly subscription. So yeah, we leave them, we remove them. We basically put them in default mode or in draft mode. So they're not shown, but they're still up for 90 days. If you want to come back in 90 days, you can reinstate it and everything stays. After 90 days, we will possibly be deleting those. I know we've been deleting anything over a year old, but they don't show up if your subscription's not active.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Is that the total number of pages or the monthly? I think that was back on the pricing page.
That is total pages.
Okay.
So that means that just as a count here is all these ones that are bold are active. So it would count number of local page. So this is local pages. Just as a curiosity. Yes. And I've got, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 active right now. Now, if I click on that, of course, make it active, I would have 8 active. So these are pages that are live pages, meaning if I click right in there, you'll see this. And this could be sitting in fact, it is sitting inside of a Google site. And it's sitting inside of a Notion page. So, you know, Bradley and I, we use different pages for backlinking. And I think it's great to use all of them, you know, at some point in time. But it's the workflow pattern that you've set up. You know, how do you work? How does your client find your sites? So, but we both agree, you've got to have social syndication with all this. You got to have it in some social sites pointing back. You've got to have it in an IFTTT network of some type that are kind of cross-linking and backlinking to everything. Question I saw about, does it work with any language?
I was just about to bring that to you. So there you go.
Okay. We don't support other languages, but does it work with other languages? We have been told, yes, it does. Okay. If you're going to put Chinese and Japanese in there, it probably will not work for you.
Use at your own risk.
Yeah, use it at your own risk. We got somebody that we try to tell everybody, booster page is for English only, but we've got one guy using German and we got one guy using Spanish in there, and they seem to get links. So we can't guarantee that it's going to work, but what we have seen, it does seem to work.
Perfect. Okay, guys, we're getting past the 90-minute mark, so we're going to wrap it up here in a few minutes. But Rick says Bradley's ideas for this brainstorming video would be a cool bonus to add to this deal. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, I'm happy to provide some additional kind of training and how I'm using it once I get in and start using it, but it's not going to be by the end of this week. I can tell you that. It's going to have to go in the queue on my to-do list. And this will be something that I would start playing with as part of my live streaming sessions that I'm doing Monday through Friday every morning. So I can work this into that at that point. So I'll do real live training on it during my live streaming sessions on my Twitch channel. And then once I've figured it out, I can condense that into a bonus that I can provide to you guys that purchase through our link. So if anybody buys and they want to get access to that, just contact us, support@semanticmastery.com. Again, support@semanticmastery.com, and let me know, and I'll add you to a list that I will send you the training for once I've developed it. If that makes sense.
And guys, this is kind of how this came about. Was Daryl requested, we worked with him back and forth, and he's got some mods he's wanting to do since then. He's got his own custom schema. He's going to be, just for his group, is going to be introducing in, so they'll have some special password or something with Daryl's group. And if they type that password, they'll get his schema automatically embedded. So what I'm telling you as a group through Bradley is, if you see there's something that we're missing or that would make this really stand out for you, work with Bradley, kind of work out the idea, the workflow of how you would use it, when you would use it. And if enough people have kind of commented, we'll modify. We'll make your own local template. We'll add your own schema page if you want to do that. That's kind of the flexibility of working with the developer of the product itself. Is if Bradley has an idea that he wants us to implement, is sometimes I'll talk to Wayne and he'll go, well, give me a weekend, I'll get it done.
Nice.
So we're very flexible on that. Okay.
Well, Damon, I don't see any other questions or comments, and I really appreciate you coming on and showing this. I'm gonna have to purchase my subscription as well, so I'll do that shortly and start playing with it. Like I said, I'll start messing with these guys on my live streaming at my Twitch channel, and probably in about 2 weeks or so, I can start working this in too. So,
okay, great, guys. Thank you very much, and look forward to working with y'all in the future.
all right, thank you, Damon. I appreciate it. And by the way, you want to send the host back to me, Damon, before you cancel out?
That's a good idea, isn't it? And the coast.
Right, appreciate that.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.